Hey, what's going on, everyone? What's going on? Happy Saturday. This is the last Saturday in 2024. Can y'all believe it? Can y'all believe that 2024 is almost gone? Hi, for those of you just coming on. Hey, Terry. Hey, Mr. Terry, how you doing? Hi, Patience. Hey everyone, what's going on? What's going on? What do y'all have planned for New Year's Eve? What are y'all doing for New Year's Eve? What do you have planned for 2025? Mr. Terry, thank you, Mr. Terry. I can't wait to see you again. Hopefully I'll see you in February at the Pinnacle event here in Atlanta, or at the Awakening in March down in Florida, or both. I'll be at both. So hopefully I'll see you either at both of them or one of them. Definitely have to see you at least one of them. So hey everyone, I'm coming on here, and great, you'll be there. Yay, great. Can't wait to see you. What's everyone got going on? What are y'all doing? Listen, 2025 is already here. Okay, it's already here pretty much. So if you have not started preparing, hey Christy, how you doing, Miss Christy? Hey. If you have not already started preparing and putting yourself in the mindset of it's 2025, you are behind the 8 ball. You guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about life right now. I'm so excited about where I am. I'm so excited about where I'm going. I'm excited about what the future holds for me, for those I'm connected to, for those I'm going to be connected to. Oh, Miss Christy, you're talking to your grandbabies? That's awesome. How many grandbabies do you have? How many grandbabies do you have, Miss Christy? Okay, everyone. So listen, this is my favorite time of the year, okay? December is my month. 7 grandbabies. Whoo, Miss Christy. Look, 7 is the number of completion. Okay, and perfection. I love it. I love that. 3 are there now. Oh, well, enjoy time with your grandbabies. That's so special. I am not a grandmother yet, but I have heard that a grandmother's love is like nothing else, and it far surpasses even what you may feel for your own children. That's what I've heard. And I can honestly say with my grandmother, on my mother's side, I grew up with her. Unfortunately, my paternal grandmother passed before I was born. But my maternal grandmother, we called her Little Mama. And Little Mama was, when I say my staunchest supporter, I mean, like, that woman would march to Kilimanjaro and back for me and her grandkids. But she was definitely my fierce protector, my staunch supporter, provided for me, loved me, cared for me, showed me all the affection, support, and care and love. You kind of like them better. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Listen, Little Mama is one of those names that is just, it's very common, especially in the black culture, in the black community. I don't know if other cultures call, their grandmothers Little Mama or anything like that, but I know Little Mama is definitely something that I always hear. Whenever I talk to black people, they're always like, yeah, Little Mama. I have a Little Mama, blah, blah. Big Mama was I had a Big Mama. I had a Little Mama. And then my great aunt was called Nanny. We called her Nanny. I don't know why we called her Nanny. My mom gave her that name when she was a kid, and then it just stuck. Nanny was my great aunt, and that was my grandmother's sister. So we had Big Mama, Little Mama, and Nanny, and then we had another great aunt named Bibi, and those, those names, I think BB and Nanny were named by, I think they were named by my mom. I don't know why. I don't know how she came up with those names, but they just stuck. So, yes, the great Sunday dinners and the great holiday dinners. All the holidays spent, I always spent holidays either we had dinners at BB's house until she passed, and then we had dinners at Nanny's house. So yeah, a lot of memories. I was fortunate to grow up with my great grandparents. For a little while, I knew both my great grandparents on my mother's side, granddaddy and big mama. Okay. And then I knew my grandparents on my mom's side, little mama and granddaddy Davis. Okay. And then I had my great aunts, BB and Nanny. And then on my dad's side, I knew my grandfather, Pop Hope. We call him Pop. But I knew him. And then, of course, all my uncles on my dad's side, my Uncle Leon, my Uncle John, my Uncle David, who we call Uncle Buck, my Uncle Harold, and my Uncle Mike. So my dad was one of 6 boys. And so and I got a chance to know all of them, grow up knowing all of them. Got a chance to spend time with them. And like when I think back, I'm really blessed, to have had a childhood where, I was able to be around a lot of my family members who, older grandparents, great grandparents, uncles and aunts, great uncles, that sort of thing. So yeah, because I hear a lot of people say, that they never met their grandparents or, their great grandparents or things like that. So I had them in my life as a kid. And then even as a, young adult, like my grandfather on my mom's side, I knew, he was around until, I was grown. So, but yeah, down memory lane. Look, Miss Christy, you made me go back a little bit. You made me go back a little bit, and that felt so good, because I talk to little mama a lot, even now. She's no longer here physically, but she's been with me and will always be with me. I know this, like she lives inside of me, because there's a lot of things that she said and did that I still hold on to, that I still practice. And I think because I know that love, I think that's why, even though I became a parent at such a young age, I think I knew how to show a certain kind of love because it was shown to me, right? And then my great aunt, my nanny, she passed away in 2019. She lived to the age of 96. When I tell you Nanny was nothing to play with, and Nanny was, she was really my first role model, my first mentor before I even knew what a mentor was. Hey, Chatim, how are you? Beautiful, blessings. So Nanny was the first person who really showed me what it was like to be feminine and a lady and, independent, but also okay to, take care of your man and, be that nurturer for your man. Nanny was an educator. I come from a family of educators. Okay. Nanny was an educator. She taught in the public school system for years before she went to the administrative side. And she was, Nanny was very, very, very ladylike. Okay. Like Nanny was the type that, she might spend an hour and a half, 2 hours getting ready to go to church, to go to the grocery store, to go to work, to go to an event. Like Nanny took her time. Okay. And she was not playing. Like you weren't going to rush her. She was going to make sure she looked her best. She was going to be presentable. Everything was going to be intact from head to toe. All right. She would have the matching accessories. And I just used to love watching her get ready. I used to love watching her get ready. And I think that might have been where my love of pink came from, because Nanny had a pink dressing area, okay? Between her bathroom and her bedroom, there was a pink dressing area. And it was like, the wallpaper had like pink roses, and she had a pink, chair, and, pink, bathroom hardware and stuff like that. And she would sit down in front of the big mirror, and it had lights all around it. And she would put on her face cream, and she would lotion up and put on her undergarments, and and she just took her time and took care of herself. And I think that's where I learned how to really be like ladylike and take care of yourself, and that it was okay to be real feminine. There's nothing wrong with being feminine. Hell, that's a superpower. And also, like I said, the softness of the pink and the way that she, just took her time, I really like that. So I always associated the color pink with femininity and softness and beauty and delicacy and calm and ease. Like, I love the color pink. It's my favorite color, and it has been. So, oh, thank you, Terry. I received that. Yes. Elegance is something that I absolutely, I think my nanny was very, very elegant. Okay. And so I received that compliment. Thank you. So, okay. So what I came on here for, I didn't come on here for all that, but hey, let me just go where I'm led, right? So I came on here to talk about cleaning house, what are you doing to get ready for 2025? I started getting ready for 2025, quite honestly, right around the 1st of November. Okay. So for me, getting ready for the new year is not something you start on New Year's Eve, and it's definitely not something you start on New Year's Day. It's something you start at least 8 to 12 weeks before the new year starts, because you want to get in that frame of mind. You want to already be doing it by January the 1st. You clean everything and make sure all the laundry is done. Right? You do that before the new year, right? Like before New Year's Day, because that's one of the things. Like on New Year's Day, I'm not doing any laundry, honey. I'm not doing any cleaning. Like New Year's Day, Shay is relaxing. I'm relaxing. I'm eating good. I'm sipping on some champagne. Okay, like yeah. But so for 2025. One of the things that I also love to do is make sure that when a new year comes in, that I've made space for all the new things that I want to come into my life. New friends, a new relationship, new clothes, new shoes, a new house, you know what I mean? Just newness. A new mindset. I got a new journal. Like I start with a new journal and of course planner every year. So this journal I just got the other day, and I've started already like writing in here, what I want to manifest for 2025. Some of my goals. Oh, did I skip a page? Yeah, I did, but that's okay. Some of my goals and things, things like that, like what I want my life to look like, how I want to look back on December 31st, 2025, and realize all of the things that I've accomplished. Because why? I put it out there. I wrote the vision and I made it plain. Okay. Like it's one thing to say, hey, this is what I want to accomplish a month from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. But quite honestly, what gets written gets tended to. You have to write it down. It's biblical, y'all. And some of you might say, well, I don't read the Bible. I don't follow the Bible. You may not read it or follow it, but baby, that doesn't mean it's not true and real. It is absolutely biblical. Write the vision, make it plain. A lot of very successful people talk about how they write. They write in their journal. They write notes. Hey, Latoya, blessings. Happy holidays, beautiful. How are you? So that's one thing. If you like using a planner, that is something that, every year I get a new planner, and, I have, of course, my calendar in my phone, but I'm a little bit of an old school girl. I like to write things down. I like to see things in print. It's something about seeing it in print that makes it like real for me. Okay. Like real, like it's set. It's definitely something I'm going to pay attention to, and I'm going to do it. Right. So that's one thing. So one of my mentors, and for those of you, if you've been here on my IG before, or you follow me on YouTube, I talk about a young lady by the name of Dr. Stormy Nicole Wellington. She's one of my mentors, one of my life coaches, I feel like, because even before I met her, I was listening to her. I was, following the things that she said. I was, changing my mindset with the verbiage that she was using. Hey, Derek, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And, last night we got on a coaching call, last coaching call of the year within the community that our visionary, Dr. Stormy Wellington, created, called the Girl Hold My Hand community. It's a private community. It's filled with women and men. Mr. Terry is actually, one of the men within the community. And we had a chance to, to listen, to learn from Dr. Stormy last night. It was a great call. Community is very important, you guys. Community is very important. Who you spend time with in 2025 is going to determine how your 2025 is. Please believe me, listen up very close. What you listen to, if you're listening to music, if you're watching things on TV, if you're watching movies, if you're watching videos, if you're listening to certain things, the environments that you put yourself in, the phone conversations that you have, the people that you spend time with, everything absolutely matters. You have to protect your ear gate. You have to protect your heart. As Coach Stormy said, you can't spell heart without ear. So you have to be very careful about what you allow your heart to listen to. So think about that the next time you're having a conversation with a negative Nancy or a negative Ned at work, in your family, in your household, on the phone, wherever you are. Like, don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be reluctant to say, hey, I got to remove myself from this conversation. Hey, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Hey, respectfully, I understand that's your opinion, but I'm going to cancel and delete that because it doesn't apply to me. You know what I mean? So, you don't have to be rude. You don't have to, hang the phone up. You don't have to walk away abruptly. But, you can say what you have to say and excuse yourself, if it matters to you. If that person matters to you. Now, if they're a perfect stranger, hey, whatever, walk away. Like, you don't have to listen to anything they had to say. Okay. But, don't be afraid to take up for yourself. Okay. Because, don't expect somebody else to look out for you better than you look out for yourself. All right. So, that includes, Derek, right. Time to clean house. It is time to clean house. And cleaning house is not just your physical environment. It's clearing out your mindset. It's not doing the same thing that you did last month, last year, 5, 10, 15 years ago. I think one of the most dangerous things that a person could say to me is, well, this is the way I've always been. That's just me. That's just how I am. I've learned to distance myself from people who say that a lot. You know, like it might have been cute when we were, you know, in our 20s, maybe even our 30s. But in our 40s and beyond, oh yeah, we don't need to be saying, oh, this is the way I've always been. I'm just, you know, especially when it doesn't show growth. Like if you're that person that always pops off, and you're in your 40s and 50s and you're still popping off, yeah, like that's ridiculous to me. If, you know, if you're the person that always lets people walk over you, if you're the person that plays the whole passive aggressive role, if you're the person that, you know, always talks about people, doesn't have anything positive to say, if you're the person that goes back and forth between this person and that person, well, this person said this and well, that person said this, and you're the go in between and you're always somehow involved in some kind of drama. If you're the type of person that always dates the same type of person and you always end up in a relationship the same type of way, you are the common denominator. Take a look at that. For my YouTube channel, absolutely. So my YouTube channel is The Hope Strategist. I will definitely put that in. Like once the video is finished, down in the comments, I will, or maybe in the caption, I'll put it in the caption as well. So yeah, I'll put that on there for sure. Y'all make sure you follow me on YouTube. I have a lot of videos on YouTube and I definitely want to increase my followers. So please go and follow me at The Hope Strategist. That's my YouTube channel. Okay. So yeah, cleaning up your mindset and, you know, removing yourself from certain environments, removing yourself from, you know, listening to certain things. Like I'm going to be taking a social media fast, for the month, you know, for the month of January. You know, I'll post things, but, you know, I'm not going to be going on and, you know, scrolling and looking at other people's things and, you know, and that sort of thing. I really don't do a lot of that now, but, you know, every now and then I'll go in and just start scrolling and looking at this and looking at reels and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I'm going to take some time away from that, you know, and, you know, and I'm going to read more, which is something I absolutely love to do. I love to read books. I like to read at least one book a month. Sometimes I go back and read books that I've read before. I reread I reread a lot of books. I absolutely do. And I think that's actually smart to do because I promise you, you will get something different each time you read a book because it absolutely depends on where you are in life. You know, I've read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill at least 6 or 7 times in my life. And every time I've read it, something sticks out to me more than it did the previous time because, you know, I've evolved or because of what I'm dealing with at that time. You know what I mean? So every time you read a book, trust me, you're going to get something different. Your first love is reading. Yeah, mine too. I love to read. And even though I do, you know, I do listen to books on Audible. I do, you know, download, you know, I listen to audiobooks on YouTube. For me, there's nothing like having that book in hand. Okay, Christy just said, I prefer audiobooks with self-help books. Yeah, see, I prefer the actual book. There's something about, you know, having the book in my hand, opening it up, turning the pages. Like, I think it's nostalgic for me. I think it's, you know, it takes me back to when I was a kid, because I was that little girl that my mom used to have to come into the room at night when I was supposed to be in bed and make me, you know, turn off the light, you know, get from up under the covers. Cause, you know, I would be like up under the covers, sneaking, reading a book. Okay. when I was supposed to be in bed, and I'd have like minimal light, but you couldn't tell me that I couldn't still see with with that night light, that I still couldn't see that print, because I absolutely could. But no, I'm a physical, hard book, paperback book. Like, I need the physical thing. It's something about turning the pages and having it in my hand, that I really, really like. I have an extensive library, of books here at home. Like, I can't wait until, I have my dream home, and I actually have a library in my mansion. Okay. Like, cause I'm going to have a wall to wall, floor to ceiling library. You hear me? Like, it's going to be absolutely massive and beautiful. I love books. I love books. So yeah, I ebooks, audiobooks, that's all good. I absolutely listen to those, but my preference is an actual book in hand. So, make sure you are paying attention to what you're reading. It's important for us to read, you guys. It's important. It's important to have self-development. Oh, thank you, Terry. Yes, congratulate me on my new house. It is, look, it's already here. Okay. It's my new house is already here. I'm claiming it. I'm receiving it. Like, I can see it in my head already. Okay. Of exactly what it looks like. And it's gorgeous. So thank you. So as I was saying, make sure that you're reading. Make sure that you're doing self-development, at least 30 minutes to an hour every day. Coming to visit and sit by the pool, because I'm going to have a pool, and this, and I'm going to have a fire pit in the back. Okay. Like, it's going to be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. A shaded deck, and yes. Like, 5-car garage. Come on now. Yeah, it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be phenomenal. And it'll be here in Atlanta. I'll always have a home in Atlanta, but, I also want a home in Spain. I don't know what part yet, but I'm really partial to Spain. And then I want I want some rental property on an island somewhere, maybe the island of Antigua. I love Antigua, or Barbados. I love Barbados as well. So we'll see. It'll all come together. So make sure that you're doing some self-development every morning. One of my favorite books that I've read lately is called The 5 Things Successful People Do Before 8 a.m. It's by a young lady named Terry Savelle Foy. And St. Lucia. Yeah, I love St. Lucia. It's absolutely beautiful. That's a beautiful island too, Miss Christie. And yes, Mr. Terry, we can have it all. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, 5 Things Successful People Do Before 8 a.m. by Terry Savelle Foy. Foy is her last name, and she spells Terry Terri. But anywho, isn't she's so cute. She's cute as a button. I just was introduced to her on YouTube last year, and I started reading some of her things and watching some of her videos. But yeah, that book was really, really impactful. I don't have a typical 9-to-5 work schedule. I'm in the airline industry, so some mornings I may wake up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to get ready for a flight. Okay. Some mornings I may be able to sleep in and, get a little more rest because I was up and, until midnight, 1, 2 o'clock or whatever. So, but I'm always up Monday through Friday. Unless I'm on a flight, I make sure to tune in to our meditation with Girl Hold My Hand. I'll tell y'all a little bit about that later. So, make sure that before you get out of bed, that you are spending time checking in with yourself. Check in with yourself, see how you're doing, thank God, or whoever you pray to. I believe in God. I believe in my Lord Jesus Christ, the Most High. So I thank God for breath every morning. I thank God for waking me up. I thank God for my sound mind, my body, my health. I thank God for clarity. I thank God for blessing me with another day to get it right. I thank God for his grace and forgiveness. And I thank God for my family, for my friends, for the people I'm connected to, the people who I'm going to be connected to. And I like to do some personal development. I like to listen to, if I don't have a book by on my nightstand, I will, at that point, I will put on an audio book or go to YouTube and listen to somebody for about 30 minutes. If I have a lot of time, I'll do it for an hour. But if I'm a little pressed for time, I'll do 30 minutes. And I'll usually listen to a Dr. Stormy Nicole Wellington. I'll listen to Les Brown. I'll listen to Eric Thomas, E.T. the hip hop preacher. I'll listen to Sarah Jakes Roberts. I'll listen to Rebecca Lynn Pope. I'll listen to some John C. Maxwell, Jim Rohn, Dr. Miles Monroe. And a host of others. Okay. So, those are some of the people that I probably listen to the most. And Terry Savelle Foy, I just started listening to her like this year. So yeah, I listen to those people. And then, I start, I might do some yoga. I might do some Pilates. I like to meditate a little bit on my own before I meditate with the Girl Hold My Hand community. For those of you who don't know what the Girl Hold My Hand community is, I thank God for you too, Mr. Terry. I appreciate that. For those of you who don't know what the Girl Hold My Hand community is, the Girl Hold My Hand community is a private community that was launched by Dr. Stormy Nicole Wellington. She's Coach Stormy on social media. And, she created the community because at the time that she was going through things growing up and in her young adulthood and things like that, she felt like she didn't have a community of women who, supported and loved and embraced and, were there for one another. The purpose of the community is to know yourself, love yourself, embrace yourself so you can authentically, communicate, collaborate, connect. And, it's a movement. It really is a movement because we all need community, you guys. And if you don't have a community of people who are supporting you, who love you, who challenge you, who make you a better person, who are evolving, who are, doing things more than what you're doing. Like, it's important to be around people who are more successful than you. Because how are you going to get to a higher pinnacle? How are you going to grow and evolve if you're in the same environment you've always been in, if you're around the same people you've always been around, if you're all doing the same thing that you did a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago? Like, I'm not saying you got to cut off and walk away from, friends and family members or anything like that. But you have to, at some point, you've got to figure out like, hey, in order for me to grow, I'm going to have to, for a time, distance myself, separate myself, because this part of my journey, I can't take you with me. This part of my journey, you're not meant to come with me on. Now, if you see yourself growing in a certain way and maybe we're both growing like this, like we might not be together, but you're going one way, I'm going this way, and we're both growing. But if I'm growing and you're still staying here, like, that's not my that's not my vibe. I'm not getting ready to stay here with you where you feel comfortable. And it's really important that we don't let people who are uncomfortable watching us grow, uncomfortable watching us change and evolve, try to make us feel guilty about what we're doing. When you hear things like, well, this makes me really uncomfortable that, you don't include me in this, and you're no longer around for this, and blah, 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 and we don't da 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 da. Because what that's saying to me is, well, I see you growing and I'm not growing, and I kind of have a problem with that. Okay. They're not going to say that because it sounds selfish, because it is. It sounds petty because it is. It sounds like they're envious because they are, right? That's not your problem. That's not, that it's not your job. And I had to realize that it wasn't my job to make people feel comfortable. It wasn't my burden to carry. And I used to carry that burden. And nobody asked me to do it. I did it myself, right? I did it myself. I wanted people to feel comfortable because that's what I wanted. I wanted people to feel loved and supported and cared for because that's what I wanted. I wanted to show up for people and be consistent, and reliable and always there because that's what I wanted. And then I would get really, really frustrated with them when it wasn't being reciprocated. And it's like, well, damn, Shay, they didn't ask you to do all that. So I had to realize that, Shay, you've got to put yourself first, not in a, oh, F them manner, but in a, hey, I got to be everything for me and take care of me and make sure I fill my cup up. And then I can do for you from the overflow that I have. Like, it took me years to learn that lesson, you guys. It took me years to learn that lesson. Okay. So, you inspire me, your words of wisdom. I need this. Thank you so much, Mr. Terry. I appreciate that. Miss Christie says you are the smartest one. Yeah, if you are the smartest one in your circle, you definitely need a new circle. Not to say you need to drop that circle that you're in where you're the smartest one. No, absolutely not. You know what I mean? Like I have different circles of, of friends. And the people who have been my friends for years, like, I'm not kicking them to the curb. I'm not letting them go or anything like that. But I have to make sure that I'm also in different circles where I am, the newbie, the baby, the student. Like, I've really got to learn from these people. If you want to be successful, you have to hang out with successful people. You have to get in successful environments. You have to start speaking the language of successful people. And you have to do the things that successful people do. So when I read that book, The 5 Things Successful People Do Before 8 a.m., and I was listening and, really reading, because it wasn't an audio book. This is an actual book I had. So when I was reading the things that they were saying that they do, a lot of them were very similar. First of the things that, it was the 5 things successful people do before 8 a.m. So some of the common things that, that they did were, they woke up at like 5 or 6 a.m. I think the latest that anyone woke up was 6 a.m. A lot of people woke up at like 4 or 5. Okay. 5 might've been like the common time frame. So a lot of people, they wake up early. A lot of them, pray or meditate. Okay. A lot of them do some sort of physical activity, whether it be like walking or getting on, the elliptical or the treadmill. A lot of them might do like running or Pilates or yoga. Some, they do some sort of physical activity. A lot of them read. Okay, they do some sort of, personal development where they might listen to an audio book or they actually read a book. listen to a video. A lot of them write out their schedule for, for the day. Some of them said that they had already written out their schedule the night before, so they might go over their schedule, what they have planned for the day. Okay. Hi, for those of you just joining, welcome. We're talking about cleaning house. What are you doing for 2025? What are you doing to get ready? You've got a clean house. And the first house I'm talking about is right in here, cleaning that house inside, cleaning your mindset. Okay. So if successful people are saying that they get up before 6 a.m., then I think that's something I need to start doing consistently. Okay. Is getting up before 6 a.m. If successful people are saying that they meditate, that they pray, okay, that they, engage in physical activity, exercise of some sort, that they journal, if they're saying that they do that, they put some sort of personal development in that they can listen to, or they read something, and they do all of this before everyone else even is getting up for the day, then I think that's worth following if you want to be successful, and everyone has their own definition of what success means to them. So, all right, so that's cleaning house up here. All right. And then let's talk about like physical environment. What are you doing to clean out and declutter your home? So I went and actually, got new sheets for my bed. Okay. Cause you got to change your sheets, get rid of the old, whatever, bad juju might be on any of them other sheets. Like, listen, if you were in a relationship and you were no longer with that person, don't keep those sheets that you had while you were with them. Get rid of them sheets. I don't care if they 1,000 thread count, 1,800 thread count. Go out and get you another sheet set. All right. Because energy is real. So I went and got another sheet set. Okay. Went and got that today. So, yep, changing that. And as far as, like your clothes, a lot of us have clothes that we definitely don't wear anymore. Okay. And, I'm really proactive at keeping my closet in order. I'm a little OCD when it comes to that. And I don't hold on to a lot of old clothes. I know some people do, and hey, if that works for you, that works for you. But I feel that in order for me to make room for the newness, in order for me to make room for what I want to have, for the, abundance, I have to get rid of the old. So I clean my closet out routinely. Like if I haven't worn an outfit within the last 6 to 8 months, chances are I'm not going to wear it again. Okay. Definitely if I haven't worn it in the last year. Yeah. So my job used to be all travel, so I got used to living out of a suitcase. Yeah, Miss Christie, I travel a lot as well, and that is one of the things that I actually like. When I come home from work, I am immediately taking stuff out the suitcase, and because I don't want to feel like I'm living out of my suitcase. I think because I spend so much time, in the air, on the road, that I want to feel like when I'm home, I'm utilizing, my dresser drawers, my closet, that sort of thing. But I can understand that as far as like, I have heard a lot of people say, they live out of their suitcase. Yeah, some people like that. I like the comfort of my home. Like, yeah. This is so powerful. Much grateful for this conversation. You're so welcome, Mr. Terry. You are so welcome. I appreciate you and Miss Christy being so, active and participating. I really appreciate it. So clean out, declutter, get rid of those clothes that, like if you definitely haven't worn that outfit in over a year, you probably not gonna wear it no more now. Come on. Now, if it's in a special occasion outfit, I get it or whatever, but there's just some stuff that you haven't worn in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Look, pack that stuff up, take it to a women's shelter, take it to a children's shelter, like take it to those who actually, could use it, and who want those things. This was the first year I bought clothes in 5 years. That's awesome, Miss Christy. How did that feel? I bet that felt amazing, right? Yeah, I bet that felt amazing. Goodwill. Yes, I used to use Goodwill a lot, Mr. Terry. I stopped using them as much because I realized that, when you take your clothes to Goodwill, they turn around and they sell those clothes. Now, granted, they don't sell them for much. It's a nominal fee or whatever, but I thought about, and Goodwill is good. I'm not knocking Goodwill because, they create jobs for people. They create jobs for some people or what have you. But I prefer to take my clothes to, there's a women's shelter here in Atlanta that I take them to because I know, number one, those people, they may not have money for Goodwill. They may not have transportation to go to a Goodwill, okay? They may not be anywhere near a Goodwill. And I know that those clothes are going to be given to them, so they're not having to actually pay for them. So that's the only reason why I stopped really using Goodwill and started taking them to this shelter. But like I said, I'm not knocking Goodwill. Yeah, and you're right, Miss Christie. Some Goodwill stores will upsell. Like I have gone to a Goodwill store in certain areas of Atlanta where, if people are donating, a luxury handbag or, a really nice designer, piece of clothing, then, Goodwill's going to mark that price up. And it's like, what y'all doing? You know what I mean? Like, I might as well go to the thrift store. Y'all are up here, trying to make your little money. Like, interesting. But, so clean out that closet, get rid of those items. One of my girlfriends said she has a lot of clothes for her and her kids that she's going to give to a family that just lost their home due to a house fire. So, think about it. There are people who, no longer have any clothes at all. Like if you're starting from scratch, like wouldn't it be phenomenal to be able to receive clothes from someone for, just to give you, a head start as you're rebuilding and getting your life back together. So so that's really important. And what else so declutter, get rid of excess paper, throw away some things. If there's some old pots and pans, if there's some old raggedy utensils, like get rid of that, you guys. Get rid of that. Make room for what's new. So make sure you're doing all of this before January 1st. Okay, you guys, today is December 28th, 2024, December 28th. So we only have 3 more days, 3 more days. And then the new year is upon us. So 29th, 30th, 31st, 3 more full days. And then after that, the 1st. So, within this time frame, Let's start getting ourselves together. Let's start cleaning house. Let's start getting in motion with the things we need to do. Let's start tonight. Like, start it today. Start it right now. When you jump off this live, when and for those of you who are watching the replay, or watching me on YouTube or what have you, start reading something right now. Take 20 minutes and read something. Get a book, read. Go on YouTube, go to, somebody that you follow, or that you've heard of. I named several people earlier. If you don't have anyone in mind, and listen to something positive, encouraging, uplifting. Listen to something, regarding like leadership, business, personal empowerment, forgiveness, relationships, whatever. Yeah. Inbox, I have a download for you. Okay, I'll reach out to you, Mr. Terry. I'll reach out to you. So, so let's start today. If you haven't already, start today. Get a new journal. Start with a, clear journal. You can get journals from anywhere. I like going to Marshall's and TJ Maxx to get my journals because, you can find like really, really cute journals for less, like for less than $10, but if you want to be real fancy and go to like Target or get something off of Amazon or go to one of these specialized websites, like, do what you want, boo. It's okay. I've done that before. I've spent money on a planner or a journal before. There's nothing wrong with that as well. But if you're trying to be economical right now and get something really quick, you can go to a TJ Maxx or a Marshall's or even like a Family Dollar and get you a cute little journal. So whatever floats your boat. All right. And and let's start cleaning house. Let's start eating right. Let's start drinking more water. Let's start flushing out our systems. Let's be very mindful of what we eat, how much we eat. Let's be mindful of the conversations that we're having in our head. Let's be mindful of the conversations we're having with people. Like, it's very, very important to be intentional and purposeful about where you want to go in 2025. And one thing, if COVID didn't teach you this already, you need to know life is going to happen whether you are here or not. So you might as well make the best of it. And you can't just sit back, life be lifing. Okay, well, you need to say to life, yeah, you be lifing, but I'm going to live. And I'm going to do the best that I can. I'm going to be the best version of myself. And no matter what happens in life, I'm going to make life what I want. I'm going to be the director, the producer, the star attraction of my own movie. I'm not getting ready to just let stuff happen to me. I'm going to make shit happen. Like, that's what we're supposed to do. And I'm not going to be the same person I was last week, last month, last year. And if that makes anybody uncomfortable, tough. We're not here for, for everyone else's comfort and enjoyment. We are here to serve a higher purpose. We are here for a greater cause. And as soon as you find out what that is for you, everything changes. How you look at yourself changes. How you look at other people changes. You know what I mean? The steps that you take, that changes. Yeah, that changes. I'm so proud of you. You did it. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mr. Terry. Yeah, I'm still working. Like, I'm working on myself every day. I'm working on myself every day. This was not, I am not the person that I was last year. I'm not the person that I was 2 years ago when I got into the Girl Hold My Hand community. I got into the Girl Hold My Hand community around the spring of 2022. right? And I was searching for something. Like I was searching for a different vibe. I was searching for a different community. And I've definitely noticed the growth. Like that's what should be happening. Like if you are being coached by someone, if you are being mentored by someone, if you are following someone, whether they know that they're your coach or not, like if you're not evolving, if you're not growing, if you're not changing, in a way that, is positive, is intentional, is forward, like that might not be the coach for you. Not that there's anything wrong with that coach. That just may not be the person that speaks to you and that you respond to. And that's okay. You just keep going till you find that person that, their message resonates with you. And what they're saying, lights a fire within you. And their voice is the voice that you hear constantly when you're talking to other people. You hear things that that person has said. When you're looking at other people and you see some of the things that they're doing and saying, that voice resonates in your head. You're hearing that and you're just like, okay, yeah, all right. So Coach Stormy said your vibe attracts your tribe. Coach Stormy said go where you're celebrated and not tolerated. Okay. Yeah. You start replaying some of the things that person has said to you, like it just automatically flies into your head. Like, that's, that's the person who you should be listening to. Okay. And like I said, if their voice doesn't resonate with you, if their message doesn't move you, if you feel like, you can't relate to who they are, what they're saying, anything like that, then go and find you another mentor. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with that person. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. There's millions and billions of people out here in the world. Like, go find somebody else. Seriously, it's serious. Everything you're talking about, I needed this today. You saved it. Oh, you are so welcome, Mr. Terry. I'm so glad you were able to get on. So I'm going to finish because I need to go change my sheets. I actually went and bought some new little baskets for up under my, my bathroom, because I don't like clutter. Like everything has to have a place. And I was like, okay, it seems like I have all these little bottles and, jars and things like that. Like, let me get everything, like put all of my hair care products in one basket. Okay. Put all of my facial products, skincare products in one basket. Okay. So, all my toiletries right here, all my perfumes go right here. Like, yeah, I'm very big on organization because I like to be able to just go right to something, and not, be searching all over the house and turning things inside out and upside down. Okay. Like, oh gosh, where did I put that brush? Oh my goodness. Where's that nail polish remover? Like, yeah. That's not your girl. Like, I like to go right to it. Everything has a place. Okay. Everything has a place. So I went and got some baskets. And there were some things that I threw out as well. There were some things I saw that I was like, okay, yeah, I haven't used this. This looks old. Oop, expiration date on this. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to use this again. I wasn't too enthralled with this product. So why am I holding on to it, right? Like not a lot of things, but enough things to, for me to throw away. Okay. All right, you guys. Well, that's it. I'm going to finish sipping my champagne, and gonna do some more journaling, manifesting, in my new journal, and relaxing and getting ready for the new year. So I am really, really excited about what's going to happen in 2025. I hope you guys are feeling the same way. Please tell me you feel like there's just so much that's going to happen in 2025. Even if it may not feel like it, believe that it is. 2025 is the year of redemption. 2025 is the year of reparation, of atonement, of restoration. Like, we absolutely can have everything and anything that we want if we just believe it, put action to it, okay, and go after it. So make sure that you're following me here on IG. You can find me at ShayHope_. Shay is spelled SHAY, Hope, HOPE_. I'm also on Instagram at The Hope Strategist 2019. I'm on Facebook, Shay Hope, and my YouTube channel is The Hope Strategist. So I'm definitely going to link that in the caption. And yeah, make sure to follow me. I am, absolutely looking for more YouTube followers. So please go on there and follow your girl. Show me some support. I'd appreciate it. And for those of you who are, ready to get your finances in order for 2025, send me a DM. I can do a complimentary financial needs analysis. Okay, so you can find out your financial independence number. What is a financial independence number? I'm glad you asked. Your financial independence number is the amount of money you would need in order to retire and never have to work again. And, that is the goal. For me, that is a goal that I have for 100 families, to be financially independent, to be debt free, to never have to work again if they don't want to. Okay, to get their financial house in order, to have generational wealth, to set things up for their kids, because we are absolutely destined to live a life of abundance. That is what we are supposed to have. That is godly ordained. That is what God wants for us. And there's no reason why we can't have that. There's information out here. There are tools and resources out here for us to get that. We just have to change our mindset, quit listening to, the regular rigmarole of people who are like, oh, I just put my money in the bank. Well, I just, I have a 401k with work and I'm good with that. Honey, if you think your employer is concerned with, you getting wealthy and having something set up for your kids, you are sadly mistaken. That is not their mission. That is not their objective. That is definitely not their concern. So you better have something else in place other than a 401k and a savings account at your local bank. Okay? Yeah. Let's get it together. So shoot me a DM, you guys. And let's clean house. All right? Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Saturday. I am Billionaire Bree. Yep. Thank you, Bree. Yeah. It is not the concern of our employers to, they want to keep us as employees, okay? Like, they're not trying to make us wealthy. Hello, no, they need us to continue working. Come on. Later, Gator. Bye, Miss Christy. Have a fabulous weekend, everyone. I'll definitely come back on before the new year to do another live. So, one of my challenges to myself is to, be more consistent with going live on IG. So I definitely have to do that. I love going live and talking to you guys, and, and I appreciate the participation. Okay, Bree, yes, DM me, girl, DM me. So yeah, I just need to be more consistent with doing it. Okay. So thank you, Mr. Terry. I appreciate all your support. Blessings and abundance, everyone. Bye.